Hi everybody, this is Lena, Arlene, coming with you in Messages of the Heart, letter U, and we're going to talk about understanding. Don't mind the bid whist, I'm not playing bid whist today. But anyway, I am in a public place and it is so much going on. It started off really quiet and then everybody and their mama came in here. But anyway, we're going to do this anyway because like I said, I'm about winding down, so I feel inspired today to talk about something that I really find interesting, and that's understanding. And I'm going to also put it like this: understanding versus ignorance. Okay, so I'm going to say a quick prayer. Father God, in the name of Jesus, be with me, Lord. Keep the peace, Father God, from people coming in and out, even though this is a public place, Jesus, but be with me, Father God, so I can make my points clear in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen, amen, amen. Whoa, that was a quick prayer. So what is understanding? I Googled it, right? And one of the Google search said it's the ability to understand something with comprehension. Another one was being aware of others' feelings, being tolerant and forgiving. And the archaic version is having insight or good judgment. Okay, that's Google search. Now, I also seen a website from Successful Learning, and it says to comprehend is to take in or embrace seeing solitary facts in relation to a general principle is the essence of understanding. And it also says that understanding is like a discernment. And then it says is how you approach learning. That's the key, how you approach learning. Now, ignorance is the lack of knowledge or information. Sometimes you can have both and still do not want to receive it. And to me, that is not only ignorance, that's being ignorant. Okay, that's a little beyond whatever they call it. What do they call that stuff? That they were missing. Anyway, but you know what I'm talking about. Bionics or something. Lord have mercy, now my phone want to chirp. Anyway, being ignorant, you know what I'm talking about. So, ignorance, you will not see the interconnection between elements or the meaning and implication of what is learned or is trying to be conveyed. Now, this comes from knowing is not the same as understanding. What is understanding? And it's on the website www.cdt.nus.edu.sg/s120.htm, and it's by Professor YK. And I just gave you that information in case you want to look it up, or you can just Google what is understanding. But I understand I understand understanding to be just what they said is. It's your ability to want to take in learning. And if you don't want to learn, you have a hard time trying to understand some things. Like I can give you several examples of being understanding. It's like when you're in a relationship and you come together with your person of interest, and you guys can sit down, you can talk about things without fussing and fighting and always, just get into disagreements. And getting into disagreements, but having an understanding between you to work it out. Now, you can find somebody, I'm telling you, who's just like ignorant, and they don't want to hear nothing, they don't want to know anything. All they want to do is create havoc in your relationship. And to me, that's just being trifling, that's just being ignorant. But understanding is being another way of being sympathetic as well. And as you go and Google it, you'll see all these synonyms and adjectives that goes along with understanding. Being considerate, even being kind, taking a moment to process something. because like it said over here, to comprehend is to take in, embrace. That's why a lot of people don't want to learn, because, excuse me, is because they don't want to embrace it. They don't want to take in what somebody is trying to teach them. And then you have a person, they also gave an example of a student who does not want to learn, but they will do something just to pass the test. Just enough, they'll do just enough, learn just enough to get by, to get the grade, so to speak. And that's just showing that where their mind is. But a person who is understanding will go beyond that. They will take in everything that there is to learn, to know, to decipher, to find out what is the meat of the situation. Like, say for instance, like I've seen people come over and they want to borrow some sugar or something, and then their mate or the woman would be like, I'm not giving nobody my sugar. No, you can go out there and get your own sugar. And that sounds real minute, but I mean, you have people like that. Hell, if they had sugar or could go get sugar, then the chances are they wouldn't be borrowing it from you, right? But some people are just ignorant to the fact where they don't want to be considerate of other people's needs, other people's ideology, and different things like that. So right here where it says the ability to understand something, a lot of people don't have that ability. And when they don't have the ability to learn, to comprehend, to discern, they get a defense mechanism that comes over them, and that's when they become ignorant, because they don't want to hear what you have to say, because they feel like you're trying to be above them. They don't understand that you're trying to also help them and teach them. But when somebody that have no understanding, you can talk to somebody, sometimes you say, you just don't have no understanding of what I'm trying to say. And they'll be like, oh, I understand you perfectly. But they don't. They really don't. And they don't want to say that they don't understand you, because they feel like you're trying to belittle them because you know something and you're trying to teach them, and they don't have the ability to comprehend that you're trying to, enlighten and inspire. And I just wanted to talk about understanding, because I think a lot of people need help with understanding things. And we who do understand, we have to be very patient when we're dealing with people like that, because some people that don't have no understanding will make you catch a case real quick, and we have to be tolerant, because that's one of the other adjectives that they was talking about, that to be understanding, you have to be tolerant. You have to be very tolerant of others, because I've run across some people who were just straight out ignorant. They were smart, oh my gosh, they were very smart, but they was ignorant to the fact when it comes to like relationships, when it comes to like being sociable, when it comes to just being a person. It was ignorant to those facts, And that's what I'm trying to bring out right here, that even though it seems like understanding is just a simple word, it's not. There's a lot of meaning that goes into people trying to get understanding. And I just wanted to bring that out to you today, that being understanding is being tolerant, being kind, being considerate, and respecting other people's feelings as well. So this video on Messages of the Heart, is going to be quick and to the point, but I hope that it puts a seed in you to venture out further to understand what's the difference between being understanding and being ignorant and having ignorance. Dang, I couldn't think of that word, probably because I'm Russian, but anyway, I just wanted to bring Messages of the Heart to you because I was feeling inspired today. I was supposed to be at church, but I didn't make it. I'm having car trouble and dollar trouble, so that kept me here. But anyway, it gave me a reason to come and bring you the next installment of Messages of the Heart, letter U, on understanding. Remember, some of y'all are probably too young to remember Jerry Butler when he used to sing, understanding is the best thing in the world between a boy and girl. And then they had one called is understanding mellow. Oh yes, understanding is mellow if you have the ability to be understanding and to understand. But try to stay away from ignorance. And when I say try to stay away from ignorance, I'm not meaning that, in a derogatory way. I'm just like saying process. Like my sister Gail said, you have to process things. You have to take it to the next level. If somebody says something to you and you don't understand, don't be afraid to say, hey, can you explain that more? Can you tell me what you're talking about? Can you direct me somewhere where I can learn more about it? Don't feel like somebody is trying to belittle you or be bigger than you because they know something and you don't. Because like I said, there are people in the world who have hella education and just as ignorant as they want to be because they don't know how to deal with people, places, or things. So there's really not too much more to say on that because I think I've said it all. Remember, what is understanding? It's the ability to understand something with comprehension and being aware of others' feelings, being tolerant and forgiving, and having insight or good judgment. If you don't have those things going for you in a situation, chances are you're like tiptoeing into ignorance. Okay? So, good. Didn't nobody come in. So let me rush off and say peace out to you. God bless you. And this is Lena, Arlene, Rogers, Wilhite, and Williams. I got so many names. I forgot what I put on there. But yeah. God bless you. Take care. And it's a doggy dog world out there. But if you have a little understanding, you can make it through. All right. I love you. Respect.